Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 1 hour. Maha Kumbh, the world's largest religious congregation, begins in the Indian city of Prayagraj. Millions converge to take the holy dip on confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati rivers. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate the strategic Sonamarg tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir. Tunnel to provide all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Sonamarg en route to Leh. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar to embark on first official visit to Spain. Talks with Spanish FM on bilateral, regional and global issues of mutual interest on the anvil. Los Angeles races to contain wildfires before severe weather returns. Wildfires claim 24 lives as containment efforts struggle. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu speaks to US President Biden, updates him on progress in Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal talks. We'll begin with the news from Maha Kumbh first, the largest gathering of humans on the planet. The 45-day-long Maha Kumbh, hailed as the world's biggest religious congregation, begins today in North India's Prayagraj with an estimated footfall of 450 million people, including seers, saints and others from different parts of the country and abroad. The auspicious occasion begins with a holy dip on Paush Purnima in the Sangam, the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati rivers. It serves as an unofficial inauguration of the Maha Kumbh Mela, signifying the commencement of this grand event. Paush Purnima, occurring on the 15th day of the Shukla Paksh in the Hindu month of Paush, heralds the arrival of the full moon. Additionally, Paush Purnima marks the initiation of Kalpvasa, a period of intense spiritual practice and devotion observed by pilgrims during the Maha Kumbh Mela. The first Amrit Snan or the nectar bath will be held on Tuesday. The other two Amrit Snans will take place on January 29th and on February 3rd. The festival would conclude on Mahashivratri on February 26th. Spread on around 4,000 hectares of land and divided into 25 sectors, this year's Maha Kumbh is being considered to be auspicious as, according to the astrologers, there is going to be a rare celestial alignment happening after 144 years. The administration has made elaborate arrangements for a smooth conduct of the fair and unprecedented security arrangements in Prayagraj town and nearby places. AI-driven cameras, drones and anti-drone systems were being installed for effective monitoring of the crowd. Thousands of security personnel were also deployed. Women devotees performed the sacred Ganga Aarti at the Triveni Sangam in Prayagraj, adding to the spiritual atmosphere at the Maha Kumbh. The Triveni Sangam, the confluence of the Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati rivers, holds immense religious significance, especially during the Kumbh Mela. The ritual was marked by devotion and reverence as women took part in the sacred tradition, offering prayers and lighted lamps to the holy rivers. A spectacular water laser show highlighting the rich history and significance of the Kumbh Mela through a unique combination of water, light and laser technology is one of the main attractions at Maha Kumbh. The water laser show is designed to merge spirituality with modern technology, offering an unforgettable experience for those witnessing the convergence of both the elements. The 45-minute show will operate daily, displaying the Kumbh Katha on the water screens for the visitors to experience. On DD India, Siddharth Bharadwaj joins us from Prayagraj. Siddharth, good morning. We've just given a broad outline of the arrangements that have been made, but you're there in Prayagraj. Tell us, how has the morning begun there? What are you witnessing there? The 45-day-long Maha Kumbh begins today.
Well, a very good morning to you, Preeti, and certainly very good morning from the holy premises of Maha Kumbh 2025. Certainly, the crowd, which you can see, was not even as half as it is visible last evening, but here it's massive influx today. Around 450 to 500 million people are expected to take bath in the holy river, which is the confluence of river Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. To the entire duration of this festival, which has started today till 26th of February. And today, around 1.5 to 2 crore people are expected to take holy dip. In the waters, and you can see the enthusiasm of the people. They are coming from all walks of life, from the entire country, and these people are here. The travel restrictions have been imposed. Only cars with proper vehicles are allowed. So you can see the enthusiasm of these people. These people are coming from, as far as 20-25 kilometers away. I'm standing here at Kali Marg, which is the entry gate for the Maha Kumbh premises, and these people are coming, walking from 20-25 kilometers because the routes of the buses are stopped, 20-25 kilometers before. So they are coming. You can see the enthusiasm. And certainly, it's not just the confluence of holy rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati. It's the confluence of emotion. It's confluence of devotion. And for a very fact that we have to understand that this is Maha Kumbh, comes after 12 years. And also, this is Prayagraj, known as King of Kumbh. We can say that. And this is very auspicious time. This is the Kumbh which is coming after 144 years. It is known as Purna Maha Kumbh. So you can estimate the intensity of the people. You can very well know that with what devotion and with what intensity people are there. In fact, you can see this massive influx, and it is there since 4 a.m. Preeti. And apart from the very fact, the security arrangements have been kept tight. Time and again I've mentioned there are barricades behind this gate where you can see this is where it's written Prayagraj Maha Kumbh 2025. And beyond this point, only the vehicles are allowed. Vehicles are not allowed after this particular gate. The travel restrictions have been imposed. There is a 7-layer security that has been deployed. Only cars with proper passes and officials with proper passes are allowed inside. The cars are inside allowed. And the tagline of this particular grand festival is Divya, Bhavya and Digital, which means grand and digital. So there are QR codes that have been placed everywhere. So people just have to scan the QR code. They know where to eat. They just have to scan the QR code. They know where to stay. And they just have to scan the QR code if they want to make any complaint. From water police personnel to NDRF, to SDRF, to local police, every preparations are in check.
All right, so adequate and effective preparations, elaborate preparations are in place, Siddharth. But then the visuals which we are showing to our viewers on screen, I also see a lot of youth have gathered. There is not just the elderly who form the majority of the crowd, but a lot of youth have also gathered there. Did you get a chance to talk to them? What is it that that brought them to here? How do they relate in today's fast-paced lives? What is it that that links the youth to the Maha Kumbh? What is it that has attracted them here?
It's a very nice question, Preeti. I would like to say that I'm here since 6th of January, and we keep talking to youth here. And what brings them here is the devotion. What brings them here is the true devotion, is the grandeur of this a grand festival which has started today. They're saying that, when elderly can make this effort to walk 20 to 25 kilometers, and they can go to the Triveni Samgam, why can't we? We are youth of this country. And, their statement is, I'll quote what they're saying. They're saying that it is Sanatan Dharma which is attracting them to this grand festival. It is the Sanatan Dharma which is bringing them from all parts of the world, and not just from India. Preeti, let me just tell you, international pilgrims are also coming here. The researchers have also come here from Harvard University, from Oxford University, in fact, here in India, from IIM, to research on this subject. That's how this largest religious gathering on earth, where around 450 to 500 million people are expected to come, is the preparations for the same, how they're going in a very smooth line manner. For a very fact, I would like to say, Preeti, that there are some countries which have very small population. Some European countries are there, some other countries are there. And 450 to 500 million people, if I say 45 to 50 crore people, there are many countries who are coming here actually, throughout the duration of the festival. So you can very well imagine the grandeur of the festival. Answering your question, what brings youth here is the devotion. According to them, when we had a word with them, is the Sanatan Dharma, which is bringing them here, a true devotion, and of course the grandeur after 144 years, Purna Maha Kumbh, a Maha Kumbh which is coming after 12 years. So it's an auspicious moment. It's a very divine moment. And for many, like I keep saying, the path to salvation is simply a dip, and a holy dip by one is considered moksha, a term for liberation from the cycle of birth and rebirth.
All right. For the benefit of our viewers, the visuals which we are showing you, these are live visuals which are coming in from Prayagraj, and DD
Definitely.
National along with DD News and DD India are providing extensive coverage for our viewers who are not able to be present at Prayagraj at the moment. These are the live visuals we are getting for you from Prayagraj, showcasing the grandeur of Maha Kumbh, the 45-day spiritual extravaganza that is currently on, that has in fact begun today in Prayagraj. Our correspondent Siddharth is there with us. Siddharth, you were talking of the QR codes for the devotees there, for the visitors there, and also we've told our viewers about the laser show. Tell us more about how, what is the digital impact? How is this Maha Kumbh digitally implemented?
Understand. Preeti, definitely. There are QR codes everywhere. The way we have seen a paradigm shift in technology, and now it is there in India. Everyone is talking about it, be it UPI, be it other facilities through QR codes. Entire world is talking about how India is very seamlessly, using this particular technology. Like I was just mentioning you, there are QR codes everywhere. So you just have to scan your QR code. You just have to open your camera. No, you don't have to even open any app. You have to open your camera. You have to open the QR code, and under the QR code, it's written. If you'll scan this QR code, you'll get to know what are the places to eat. If you scan this QR code, you'll get the places to stay. And if you'll scan the QR code, you'll get to complain if you see anything wrong which is happening. Now, there are around 1.5 lakh urinals and toilets that have been built for the facilities of these devotees, pilgrims who are coming here. You can see the massive influx. Now, to maintain, it's a very interesting thing, Preeti. Now that you've mentioned, how digital is this Kumbh, the tagline itself says Divya Bhavya Digital, which means grand and digital. So to monitor those urinals and toilets, the workers who have been, deployed, they just have to scan the QR code and they just have to tap yes or no. If it's in perfect condition, they will tap yes. If they're not in perfect condition, they will tap no. And if they tap no, there is a team which immediately will come and will find out a solution. So that's how the digital thing is everywhere. Even people are donating through digital medium. UPI, there's a story on UPI. The way it has transformed. The way it has transformed the lives of people, it's something very incredible.
All right, so it's not just spiritual grandeur that is on display here, but digital India in perfection is also displayed there in Prayagraj. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for joining in with those updates from Prayagraj today morning. All right, so that was our correspondent Siddharth telling us about the preparations and how the morning has begun at the Maha Kumbh in Prayagraj. And also coinciding with Maha Kumbh is the first anniversary of the celebrations of Ramlala idol consecration ceremony in Ayodhya. Now, the 3-day grand event concludes today with large number of devotees thronging the holy city to take part in the events. Common people continue to offer prayers at the temple besides witnessing classical cultural performances, rituals and daily Ram Katha discourses at the pavilion and Yagnashala. The historic ceremony, which marks the consecration of the temple, took place on January 22nd last year, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi performing the main rituals. However, the first anniversary was celebrated on January 11, 2025, following the alignment of the Hindu calendar. You're watching DD India News. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, India's Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Kiran Rijiju, holds talks with Saudi Transport and Logistics Services Minister on strengthening ties in transport and logistics domain. Stay with us for a sneak peek into Bhogali Bihu and Lohri celebrations across North India. A super hit dog show organized in Tamil Nadu where the canines made head turns with their prowess.
Geopolitics and trade deals, economic challenges amid development, hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India News Hour. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Sonamarg Tunnel project in Jammu and Kashmir on Monday. The Sonamarg Tunnel project, around 12 kilometers long, has been constructed at a cost of over 2,700 crore rupees. It comprises the Sonamarg main tunnel of 6.4 kilometers, an egress tunnel and approach roads. Now, this tunnel will provide all-weather connectivity between Srinagar and Sonamarg en route to Leh. The tunnel will bypass landslides and avalanche routes and also will ensure safer and uninterrupted access to the strategically critical Ladakh region. The Sonamarg project will boost defence logistics, drive economic growth and socio-cultural integration across Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh too. Tourism will also get a major boost by transforming Sonamarg into a year-round destination due to this project. This will be a boom for winter tourism and adventure sports and also local livelihoods. During his visit, Prime Minister will also meet construction workers who have worked meticulously in the hardest conditions, also acknowledging their contribution to this engineering feat. Residents of Gandarbal district have expressed immense gratitude for the project, emphasizing that the tunnel will significantly boost the region's development.
ये सबसे पहले प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया मिस्टर नरेंद्र मोदी जी का शुक्रिया पूरी गांधरबल की तरफ से जो आने वाले 2 दिनों में ज़ाडमोह टनल का इनाग्रेशन होने जा रहा है उनके हाथों अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया की तरफ से या हम बीजेपी की बात करें क्योंकि बीजेपी इस वक्त हुकूमत कर रही है पिछले 10 सालों से तो उनका एक बहुत ही अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है जितनी भी तारीफें की जाए बहुत कम है।
ये अच्छा प्रोजेक्ट है तो हम चाहते हैं गांधरबल के लोग कि जो भी इसमें चाहे मज़दूर हो चाहे दूसरों को कुछ रोज़गार देना हो यहाँ के लोगों को आपकी वसादत से हम गुजारिश करना चाहते हैं ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब से ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर साहब से एलजी साहब से कि ये यहाँ के गांधरबल के जो गांधरबल डिस्ट्रिक्ट है यहाँ के लोगों को उसमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रोज़गार दे दे ताकि गांधरबल के लोगों को भी आज मौका मिले कि हम कहाँ पर है और टूरिज़्म को बूस्ट करने के लिए कौन कौन से इक़दाम उठाने की मज़ीद ज़रूरत है।
Our correspondent Shabir Dar joins us from Sonamarg. Shabir, good morning. We'll just give a broad outline to our viewers as to how important this tunnel is. Though it is 12 kilometers long, but then this will be a boon to the region. Explain to us in detail how.
Yeah, good morning, Pretty. Yeah, as you rightly said, this is a very important project, and it marks a, important milestone in the efforts of Narendra Modi government to improve the connectivity and infrastructure in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, this tunnel is situated on a strategic Srinagar-Ladakh road, and this is going to make, the connectivity very easy and feasible for the locals and both for the defense, movement. The defense logistics will be, carried to Ladakh very easily, because with this tunnel, it is a project. This Rojala tunnel, this Zarmo tunnel alongside is this Rojala tunnel, which is expected to be completed in 2028. So both these tunnels will improve the connectivity to Ladakh and make it all weather connectivity. So coming to this Zarmo tunnel, which is going to be inaugurated by Prime Minister today, after a few hours, we're in Sonamarg, and people are really excited here to know that Prime Minister is coming and inaugurating this vital tunnel. This tunnel, as you rightly said, is a 12-kilometer project, consisting of 6.5 kilometers of the main tunnel, an egress tunnel, and an approach road. It was constructed at a cost of over 2,700 crore rupees. This is going to be a game changer in the area, given the fact that this tunnel will make Sonamarg and all-weather, give all-weather connectivity and make Sonamarg an all-weather tourist destination. Sonamarg from now onwards will complement Gulmarg to be the alternate winter tourist spot, winter support destination, because from now onwards it is believed that alongside Gulmarg, Sonamarg will also host skiing competitions, and it will be an important winter sports destination from now onwards.
All right. Did you talk to the locals in the region? How will this benefit them? I'm sure there is excitement, and the people there are thankful to the administration, to the government for this initiative. But then, how far will it be a boon not just to the region, but also how far it will prove to be a blessing for the people there as well?
Yeah, absolutely. People are very excited. People are very happy. People are very thankful to the Honorable Prime Minister, the government of India, and both the government of Jammu and Kashmir for giving them this huge infrastructural push in their area. Because this tunnel is Sonamarg used to be only a summer tourist destination till now, because the heavy snowfall and landslides would prevent people to go to Sonamarg in winters, particularly during heavy snowfall. So this tunnel is going to make the Sonamarg all-weather connectivity and an important winter tourist destination, which will definitely improve and increase the economic activity in the area, give locals the livelihood, and increase the tourist footfall. So this will change the socio-economic profile of the area. That is how people are seeing it, and they are very happy to know that this tunnel is going to be inaugurated today. So people are very, very, very thankful to the government. They are seeing a prosperous future for themselves, because it will definitely increase the economic activity in the area, and the connectivity between Srinagar and Ladakh will improve. That will also, integrate the people of the region. Two regions, the Ladakh region and Kashmir region. This is going to be, as I already said, a game changer in the tourism and economic sectors in the area.
All right, so this tunnel will be a game changer. Thank you so much, Shabir Dar, for joining in with those details. India's External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, will be on an official visit to Spain on 13th and 14th of January. This will be his first visit as External Affairs Minister to Spain. During the visit, Dr. S. Jaishankar will meet the leadership of Spain and also hold discussions with his counterpart, Manuel Alvarez, on the entire gamut of bilateral relations and regional and global matters of mutual interest. The minister will also address the 9th Annual Conference of Spanish Ambassadors and meet the Indian community. India's Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Kiren Rijiju, on Sunday met Saudi Minister of Transport and Logistics Services, Saleh bin Nasser Al Jassir, in Riyadh. During the meeting, the two sides held meaningful discussions on exploring possibilities for collaboration and strengthening ties in transport and logistics domain. They also discussed about better India-Saudi Arabia cooperation to provide better services for the movement of the Hajj pilgrims. Rijiju is also scheduled to meet Minister of Hajj and Umrah of Saudi Arabia, during which the two leaders are expected to sign the bilateral agreement for Hajj pilgrimage of 2025, where India is seeking an additional quota for 10,000 pilgrims. Lohri, the festival of harvest and bonfires, is celebrated with great enthusiasm across North India, marking the end of winter and the onset of longer days. Let's take a closer look at this festivity.
Lohri, the festival of harvest, is a vibrant and joyous occasion celebrated with unmatched enthusiasm in Punjab. As the golden fields of wheat sway in the winter breeze, the spirit of the festival comes alive with bonfires, folk music and dance. The streets of Punjab transform into a riot of colours as men and women don traditional attire, adding to the festive fervour. Men are seen in bright kurtas paired with colourful turbans, while women grace the celebration with dazzling salwar kameez adorned with intricate embroidery and fulkari dupattas. As the beats of the dhol echo across villages and the towns, the atmosphere becomes electrifying. Men perform the energetic bhangra, leaping high into the air, while women gracefully sway to the rhythm with gidda, narrating the tales of tradition and joy. The folk songs, often dedicated to the sun god and the bounty of the harvest, fill the air with a sense of gratitude and celebration. Central to the Lohri festivities is the bonfire, a symbol of warmth and prosperity. Families and communities gather around it, offering sesame seeds, jaggery and peanuts while praying for abundance and happiness. The fiery glow of the bonfire reflects the lively spirit of Punjab, where traditions blend seamlessly with celebration. Lohri is not just a festival, it's a reflection of Punjab's rich cultural heritage, a time to express gratitude for nature's bounty and welcome new beginnings with hope and happiness. The vibrant colours, the pulsating music, the joyous dances make Lohri a truly unforgettable experience, showcasing the heart and soul of Punjab. Kriti Vadhera's report for DD India.
While in India's northeastern state of Assam, Bhogli Bihu is being celebrated. The festival of feasts and the season of plenty that follows the winter harvest is one of the most gastronomical festivals of the state. Bihu originates from the word Bishu, meaning to seek peace, and Bhog means eating. While the agricultural significance of the festival marks the end of harvesting season, celebration of the new yield and thanking the ancestors and the gods for a bountiful harvest, the social significance is that during this time, communities come together for celebrations. A quick look at other stories making it to the headlines from across India. At least 6 people died while 5 others were injured in a collision between a tempo and a truck in the western state of Maharashtra. The tragic accident took place on the Nashik-Mumbai highway flyover. Over 5 injured people, 2 are in critical condition and have been receiving treatment in the district hospital. More than 1,200 Buddhist monks from 17 countries, including India, participated in a convention at Udayagiri, the largest Buddhist complex in Odisha, to honor the spiritual legacy of Guru Padmasambhava. Guru Padmasambhava, also remembered as Guru Rinpoche, is considered a founding father of Tibetan Buddhism and popularly believed to be the second Buddha across the Himalayan region, particularly in Tibet, Bhutan, Nepal and parts of India. Ahead of the Republic Day 2025, defence personnel participated in full dress rehearsal of the 76th Republic Day parade at Kartavya Path. Meanwhile, Delhi Police has also beefed up security, increased patrolling and set up security in markets and other areas to ensure safety of the people. In Tamil Nadu, all-breed dog show was organised in the Moresque city of Tiruchirappalli on Sunday. At least 200 dogs of 35 breeds, led by their parents, completed diverse tasks to prove their mettle and win both the show and hearts alike. Besides, anti-rabies awareness program was also organized. The vaccination protects pets from deadly rabies disease. The vaccinated pets further prevent the spread of rabies in humans. Up next, we're heading for a short break. You're watching DD India News Hour, but after the break, Zelensky proposes swap of captured North Korean soldiers for Ukrainians held in Russia. EU foreign ministers to meet in January to discuss potential sanctions relief for Syria on conditions. Extreme weather events rock Latin America's biggest country. Severe landslides caused by torrential rains in southeast Brazil. Welcome back. After the break, you're watching DD India News Hour. European foreign ministers have agreed to meet at the end of January to discuss lifting sanctions on Syria. Speaking at a Syria summit in Riyadh, EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas said that any European decision to ease sanctions would be conditional on the new Syrian administration's approach to governing, which must be inclusive.
We start from is, of course, those sanctions that are hindering the build-up of a country. Access to banking services and all these things. But of course, it has to be a cascade with the conditions. Of course, it's the inclusivity of the government and really the process in this regard. We know in Syria there are a lot of different groups, so it has to include all those groups. We also want to see no radicalization. We want to see inclusiveness of women also in the process. So these are the things that we are going to.
The decision came at the regional meeting of the foreign ministers and top diplomats from Western countries and West Asia in Saudi Arabia, the first such since the fall of President Bashar al-Assad last month. Foreign ministers would now convene in Brussels on January 27th in an effort to decide how the 27-nation bloc would relax sanctions on Syria. Germany, which is leading the EU's discussion on sanctions, Italy and France have proposed allowing relief for the Syrian population, but retaining sanctions on Assad allies who committed serious crimes during Syria's war, while Saudi Arabia's foreign minister called for lifting of sanctions on Syria. The United States on Monday issued a 6-month exemption of its sanctions for transactions with governing institutions in Syria to try to ease the flow of humanitarian assistance and allow some energy transactions. Syria's new foreign minister, Assad Hassan al-Shaibani, who has repeatedly called for removal of decades-old sanctions, also attended the talks. US President Joe Biden spoke on Sunday with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on efforts to reach a ceasefire and hostage release in the Israel-Hamas conflict. In a statement after the two leaders spoke by telephone, Biden stressed on the immediate need for a ceasefire in Gaza and return of the hostages with a surge in humanitarian aid enabled by a stoppage in the fighting under the deal. While Netanyahu updated Biden on progress in the talks and also on the mandate he has given his top-level security delegation now in Doha in order to advance to a hostage deal. The two leaders also discussed the fundamentally changed regional circumstances following the ceasefire deal in Lebanon, the fall of Assad regime in Syria, and the weakening of Iran's power in the region. Netanyahu also thanked Biden for his lifelong support to Israel and also the extraordinary support from the United States for Israel's security and national defense. Iran held air defense exercises over the weekend as the country braces for more friction with arch enemy Israel and the United States under incoming US President Donald Trump. Drills reported on Saturday are part of the 2-month-long exercises launched on January 4th, which have already included war games in which the elite Revolutionary Guards defended key nuclear installations in Natanz against mock attacks by missiles and drones. Iran's military said it was using new drones and missiles in the exercises. Iran has recently suffered setbacks in Lebanon after Israeli attacks against Iranian-backed Hezbollah and the toppling of Tehran's ally Bashar al-Assad in Syria last month. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has offered to exchange 2 captured North Korean soldiers for Ukrainians held in Russia. This marks the first time Ukraine has announced capturing North Korean soldiers who were reportedly deployed in Russia's Kursk region to support Moscow's forces. In a video, the soldiers injured and in custody revealed that they were unaware they were fighting against Ukraine, having been told that they were on a training exercise. Zelensky's offer hinges on North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's willingness to arrange the swap, with a promise that soldiers who choose not to return may stay in Ukraine.
The security service of Ukraine continues to work with prisoners from North Korea. One of them expressed a desire to stay in Ukraine. The others want to return to North Korea. If Kim Jong-un remembers these citizens at all and can arrange an exchange for our soldiers held in Russia, we can transfer these soldiers. Undoubtedly, there will be other prisoners from North Korea. I am grateful to all our units that replenished the exchange fund for Ukraine.
Croatian President Zoran Milanovic claimed victory in the second round of this country's presidential election on Sunday for a second term, defeating the candidate from the ruling Conservative Party in a runoff vote. With more than 90% of the votes counted, Milanovic won more than 74% of the vote, with his opponent Dragan Primorac securing nearly 25%. Milanovic, a vocal critic of the European Union and NATO, won 49.1% of the vote during the contest's first round 2 weeks ago. Milanovic became the 3rd Croatian president in the history to win re-election. Before him, only HDZ's Franjo Tudman and SDP's Stipe Mesic did so. During his first term, Milanovic had confronted Prime Minister Andrej Plenković over foreign and public policies, with the two frequently trading insults. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum presented her 100-day government report emphasizing key achievements in security and economic cooperation. Sheinbaum announced significant reductions in crime rate, including a 16% drop in homicides and a 12% decrease in firearm injuries. President praised Mexican workers in the U.S. as exceptional contributors to various sectors and reaffirmed her commitment to supporting Mexican migrants in the neighboring country. Sheinbaum highlighted the benefits of the trade agreement between Mexico, U.S. and Canada, noting its role in job creation and economic integration. In Romania, thousands of people gather in central Bucharest to protest against cancellation of the presidential elections. Organized by the far-right party Alliance for the Union of Romanians, the demonstrators marched towards the government's headquarters to voice their discontent with the country's constitutional court's decision. Protesters demand that the ballot should go ahead and that outgoing centrist president Klaus Iohannis should resign. Romania's top court voided the presidential election on December 6th, 2 days before the second round. The cancellation came after state documents showed frontrunner Călin Georgescu had benefited from an unfair social media campaign. The court ordered that the election be rerun in its entirety. The pro-European coalition government is yet to approve a calendar for the election, although party leaders agreed to hold the 2 rounds on May 4th and May 18th. In Serbia, tens of thousands of anti-government protesters in Belgrade stood in silence for 15 minutes to commemorate victims of a railway station roof collapse for which they blamed the authorities. The protest was organized and led by students of Belgrade State University, who are demanding that those responsible for roof collapse are brought to justice. They blamed the ruling Serbian Progressive Party of President Alexander Vučić for corruption and nepotism, which he and the party deny. Students demand the release of all documents relevant to the renovation of the station, as well as criminal prosecution of officials responsible for the disaster. Opposition leaders blamed the accident on shoddy construction resulting from government corruption and nepotism. The ruling coalition denies those charges, and Usage has said that those responsible must be held to account. Wildfire ravaged Los Angeles on Sunday confronted the return of dangerous winds as officials vowed firefighters were ready to combat any new blazes whipped up by furious gusts. Death toll has risen to 24 from infernos that have ripped through the United States' second largest city for 5 days. The coastal Palisades fire is at least 11% contained, but now moving inland communities. More than 100,000 residents remain under evacuation orders as the Eaton fire in Altadena and other blazes in the country continue to burn. Frustrated evacuees have formed lines at the checkpoints, hoping to get into evacuation zones created for the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire, whose massive blazes razed whole of neighborhoods. The French overseas territory of Mayotte has been hit by further heavy rains, leading to flooding and mudslides 1 month after Cyclone Chido devastated large parts of the island and left dozens dead. The archipelago was put on the highest state of alert as another storm passed by on Sunday morning. Authorities warned of violent winds, flash floods and landslides. The latest storm, Dikeledi, made landfall in northern Madagascar on Saturday, killing at least 3 people. As of Sunday afternoon, the storm was moving away from Mayotte. The system is expected to slowly intensify over the next 24 hours to tropical cyclone status while approaching the coast of Mozambique. The current forecast does not predict landfall in Mozambique, but the Nampula region is still expected to experience very degraded conditions. At least 10 people have died due to landslides caused by torrential rains in southeast Brazil. 9 people died in the city of Ipatinga, whereas another body was also found in the nearby town of Santana de Perazzo. During the rescue operation, firefighters pulled the body of an 8-year-old boy from the rubble of a house destroyed by a landslide. Another landslide swept away everything in its path along a street on the side of a hill in the city's Betania neighborhood. Latin America's biggest country has been rocked by severe extreme weather events over the past 1 year. Three skiers were killed in an avalanche in the Leopoldine Alps along the border of Italy and Switzerland. Authorities confirmed that the victims died from severe trauma sustained during the avalanche's powerful descent. According to a statement from the alpine rescuers, the avalanche buried 5 skiers. 2 survivors were rescued and airlifted to the hospital. Meanwhile, in the Adamello Massif, search operations for a missing climber were temporarily suspended due to worsening weather conditions. You're watching DD India News Hour. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, Japan's Prime Minister Ishiba urges Biden to address business concerns over Nippon Steel's U.S. steel acquisition. And Barcelona dominates Real Madrid to win Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia. Tokyo Museum showcases extinct media gadgets. Stay with us.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Jaipur.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching DD India News Hour. Let's get to updates from the world of business now. Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba told US President Joe Biden that strong concerns have been raised over his decision to block Nippon Steel's takeover of US Steel. Talking to reporters after a call with US and Philippine presidents on Monday, Ishiba said that he asked US President to allay concerns in the Japanese and US business community over status of the deal. Biden blocked the US Steel acquisition on national security grounds on January 3rd. Both firms have launched legal action accusing the US outgoing president of illegal interference. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer will present an action plan on Monday aiming to position the UK as a global leader in artificial intelligence. Ahead of a speech in London by UK Prime Minister on AI, the government said it will adopt all the 50 recommendations set out in the report AI Opportunities Action Plan by venture capitalist Matt Clifford, submitted to the government last year. Starmer's forthcoming speech will detail Britain's approach to AI amid global regulatory challenges. His strategy intends to revive the economy by deploying AI nationwide, supported by the civil service. Britain is the third largest AI market in the world behind the US and China when measured by indicators such as investment and patents. US inflation data will be top of the agenda in the week after recent very strong jobs data and could cause investors to scale back expectations for interest rate cuts even further. After back-to-back standout years, the stock market has wobbled out of the gate in 2025 with a benchmark S&P 500 down about 1% so far this year. Further uncertainty over impact of Donald Trump's policies fans inflation fears as well. A revival of inflation is seen as one of the key risks facing equities, with the Federal Reserve already pulling back on its projected interest rate cuts because it expects inflation to rise at a faster pace than it had previously anticipated. Meanwhile, stocks slipped in Asia following Friday's US strong jobs data. Shares in Australia, Taiwan and South Korea all fell from the open, putting a gauge of regional shares on course for a fourth day of losses. In Asia, data set for release on Monday includes December trade figures for China and inflation for India. Tracking Asian peers, Indian shares are set to open lower on Monday. After business, we'll now turn focus to sports. Barcelona hammered rivals Real Madrid 5-2 in the final of Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia on Sunday. After Mbappe's opener, Lamine Yamal levelled the score and Robert Lewandowski sent Barcelona ahead from the penalty spot. Alejandro Balde scored the third goal for Barcelona, while Rafinha scored twice before Madrid's Rodrigo pulled one back with a free kick in the second half. However, Real Madrid could not capitalise further, which led Barcelona to win their first trophy under coach Hansi Flick.
I'm very proud. I'm proud for the team, I'm proud for the staff, for the club, for the fans, for everyone, who is with Barca, because I think this today was an unbelievable match for the fans, for everyone who is there. And I think they get the feeling that they are a good team, a strong team, and also that they are able to win this title. And how they play, how we start was really unbelievable.
10-man Manchester United beat Arsenal 5-3 on penalties after a dramatic 1-1 draw in the FA Cup third round. Ruben Amorim's struggling side took the lead through Bruno Fernandes, who smashed a superb goal in the 52nd minute. Gabriel Magalhaes' slow shot grabbed Arsenal's equaliser in the 63rd minute, but the hosts wasted a lot of chances to win the tie in 90 minutes. The match went into penalties, where Manchester United bested Arsenal to knock them out of the FA Cup. Pat Cummins is all set to lead Australia in the Champions Trophy after being named in the preliminary 15-man squad on Monday. Cummins will skip the Test series in Sri Lanka in January and early February, but will return for the ODI tournament being held in Pakistan and UAE from February 19th. Hazelwood will reunite with Cummins and Mitchell Starc in the pace attack that had helped Australia win the 50 overs World Cup in 2023. Match shot, Aaron Hardy and quick bowler Nathan Ellis have also been included in the squad, while opener Fraser McGurk was dumped after his poor performance in the recent series against Pakistan. Shamima Rodriguez made an ODI 100, guided Indian women to 116 runs victory over Ireland women in the second ODI in Rajkot on Sunday. Winning the toss and batting first, India posted their highest ever total, 370 runs for the loss of 5 wickets on the back of 3 half-centuries and Rodriguez's century. Ireland's reply fell short, reaching 254 for 7 in their allotted 50 overs. With this win, India lead and in fact won the 3-match series 2-0, with the last match of the series to be played at the same stadium. Punjab Kings have named Shreyas Iyer as their captain for the 2025 season of the IPL. Shreyas led Kolkata Knight Riders to their 3rd title after defeating Sunrisers Hyderabad in a low-scoring final held at the M.A. Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai in May last year. However, Shreyas was released by Kolkata Knight Riders ahead of the mega auction and became the 2nd most expensive player in the history of the tournament. Shreyas is also the only captain in the history of the league to lead 2 teams into the IPL final. Gibby Jansen led Odisha Warriors to a thumping 4-0 win over Delhi SG Pipers in the opening match of the Women's Hockey India League in Ranchi on Sunday. Jansen, who was the most expensive player of the inaugural edition of the tournament, opened the scoring for Odisha in the 16th minute via a penalty corner. Jansen added another goal to her tally in the 3rd quarter, while Baljeet Kaur and Mose pumped in 2 more goals to give Odisha an unassailable 4-0 lead. Delhi won a penalty corner in the final minutes of the game, but the score sheet remained unchanged. In Tokyo, the Extinct Media Museum offers a fascinating journey into the past, showcasing obsolete technology like Betacam tapes, floppy disks, and even a 1916 Japanese Lily camera. Since its 2023 debut, the museum invites visitors to touch and interact with the exhibits, creating a nostalgic sensory experience. The museum also encourages public donations to expand its unique collection. All right, with that, we end this edition of DD India News Hour. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. This app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can download the respective QR codes. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Gaur signing off, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India News Hour.